Hey everybody, this is Benny, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new Mendel update. This is fresh out as of a couple hours ago. As of a couple hours ago. Might as well take a look at you, and we'll see some of the differences here that are already going to be sticking out when we go to look at our first animal here. So you're going to notice that we have down here the new genetics window. And that's going to consist of the sex, the bloodline, and you can see those stats, a phenotype, which that symbol isn't there because there is no phenotype right now for cows, and the genotype, which is the set of stats here. It's a 1 through 10 rating with the baseline being 3, if I understand this correctly. So in this case, we've got 5 vigor, which is 2 over. So that means that anything that's related, I think besides the 75 maximum health, everything that's related to the vigor is going to get, up here, the stats are going to get bumped. Anything over 3 is going to bump you up, and under 3 is going to take away. We've got 5 in instinct for this cow. We can see that time between producing milk, time between eggs, growth speed, mount cargo, inventory slots. We have adaptation, 7, so cold and heat resist. Not all that important here where I have this cow, but toughness of only 2. So there's your negative. -3 physical resistance. And we have a 3, so that's just, since it's average, we just got a 0. It's not a plus or a minus. And physique, which is at a 4, so we have plus 8 melee damage and plus 22 kilogram weight capacity. So that's interesting, and I can't wait to play with this and try and do some breeding. I do not have a bull yet, so that's not, we're just going to put you back on wander. So that's not something that we're going to be doing right off the bat here. I do have some chickens, and I do have a rooster. This is Clucky Chucky. Clucky Chucky is incidentally named after the groundhog that my daughter named Clucky Chucky that lives out our back window. And let's see, so Clucky Chucky's got a skill point, and he wandered off. Alright, another thing that's changed while I'm standing right here is the electronic food trough. So no longer will we be getting Omni animal feed from the food trough. From now on, we're going to get gruel, and it's going to be animal fish gruel, animal fruit gruel, animal vegetable gruel, or animal meat gruel. And that just goes by, whether you're putting a fruit group in there, fish, vegetable, or meat. And so I've already got some of these in here. I've got animal fruit, vegetable, fruit, and fish. So they stacked 25. And when I first started, I started this on the experimental branch, and they didn't rot at the time. Now they have a spoil timer on there, so they are going to spoil. You can no longer make food out of garbage in here, so that's not a thing anymore. And when I first saw that, I was kind of like, oh, but it makes sense. It was really overpowered. I never worried about animal food because I just threw everything in there, and it turned into the best feed in the game. Now you can make Omni feed in the, there we go, Omni animal feed. You can make this in the ranching station instead, but you are going to need more ingredients than you used to. One of those being honey, which is, I guess, a good use for honey since I end up with way more honey than I need. We got raw meat, 3 of those, and 3 raw vegetable. Anything in those 2 groups. I like the group thing now because, having specific recipes for everything, that is really nice. So, yeah, this is still useful. I still can throw in, all that extra meat you end up with, or if you've got fish traps. If I come in here to my house, I've got this fish trap that I keep in my floor. I just emptied it out not long ago. That's why there's not much in here. And what I did is I just tossed that right into the trough here. So I'm just going to toss my fish in here, and it's going to start turning that into fish gruel. next, let's take a look at what we need to do to breed an animal. Now, I haven't done this yet. I kind of set it up. I wanted to show you guys on camera. So I'm going to come over here. And what we need is fertility serum. And this is going to set off the breeding process. So I have ram fertility serum right here. And I just so happen to have a sheep and a ram in my new barn. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and craft one of these. That was just some wheat and some condensed enzymes. All right, so what I did is I built this barn out here. Now these fencing pieces here are new. So we got farm fence here, and they're not really effective. They seem to be working on the sheep. The sheep are pretty much obeying the fence. They haven't left. But anything that's taller than the fence just walks right over it. So I've already lost, like I had a cow in here. That cow over there was in here and just walked right over. I don't remember what else I had. I had something else in here that just walked right out. So I wouldn't trust this fence yet. I don't know if it's going to be tweaked. I don't know if that's... I would hope that that's what it's for containing your animals. But anyway, so here we have Sean the sheep. Sean is a female. I picked neither the name nor the sex, so don't blame me. And if we look... Sean's traits are wild. So we've got bloodline wild. And it's a plus 1% chance to cause minor hemorrhage on hit with attacks every 5 levels. Obviously not really useful for Sean. And then stats, we got plus 5 water consumption, plus 5 food consumption. This is not a great breeding subject here. We've also got, again, we've got movement speed. I'm not too concerned about that. So this is a nice one. We got plus 21% wool growth speed. And a little bit of heat and cold resist. We've got less health. Zeroed out there. And 1 on the physique. So overall, I would not say this is a great breeding candidate. But these are the sheep I got. We'll take a look at him. And he's brave. So minus stamina, plus 1 melee damage. Again, completely pointless for a ram. I don't even know if they can attack. We have perceived threat, special one. Yeah, so this is all, nothing that's all that important. Now that we've looked at all that, we can go ahead and see how this breeding thing works. So, I bet I didn't grab that from the station. I did not. Be right back. Alright, so now I have the serum in my hotbar here, and I'm guessing, though I haven't tried it yet. Oh, there we go. Inject serum. So, just like using anything else on an animal, I go ahead and inject him, and now he should be all ready to mate. It looks like he's heading in that direction. Not running, he's taking his time. Trying to be suave, he doesn't want to scare her off right away. Guessing they didn't put an animation in here for this. More of a... They get close enough to it for it to happen. But, oh, there's some hearts. He's, oh, he's eating. He's eating. I guess the magic already happened. Now he's hungry. Okay, and, oh, yep, here we go. That's all it took. So the hearts meant that we're now gestating. So we got plus 200% water consumption, food consumption, negative movement speed, and gestating. All right. We have a bed in here, but we should have the good bed in here, which will speed that up. I don't know. I think to make that we need wool, and I don't have anything to shear the wool yet. So maybe we'll go ahead and build one of those new beds. Hold on. All right, got some shears. Ooh. And so I should be able to come in here. And do I do anything? Ah, no, I don't want to hurt her. Why would a shear be a weapon? That's dumb. All right, so apparently, I'm guessing I just can't get wool while they're gestating. Oh, there it goes. All right, so there was no prompt for it, but all I had to do was right-click, and it sheared her. So we're all good there. And she's a little less healthy than she could be. And he's resting. I think that's the other icon here. Yeah. So he can't mate again with another sheep or whatever until he's done resting. All right, back at the ranching station. That bed we want. So this is the animal nesting bed, and that's going to help with being able to gestate faster. So I have some extra fur here. I do. If it's enough. I think it is. It is. All right. Let's go ahead and craft that. All right, back in here by the sheep, and we're going to go ahead and deploy our new bed. There we go. Now, you may notice that there's a bed floating over here. It looks just like this animal nesting bed. Now, obviously that's a bug. I'm not sure what that's attached to. Might be this antenna. But I'm not even sure how to report it. I mean, I guess I can take a screenshot, right? All right. So I'm taking a screenshot, and I'm going to try to report that when I get a chance. I can stand on it. It doesn't have a menu, though. I mean, I don't think I can... Can I disassemble this? It's holding X right now. No, that doesn't appear to do anything. Can I hit it? All right. Well, it's weird. All right. Let's go check out our sheep. All right. Here she is. And she's about... Is that 40%? Okay. Oh, so all it has to do is be in the vicinity. Okay, so she's already got that modifier. Take a look, and that's the nesting bed. So plus 50% gestation speed. That's cool. We've got the Omni food going here. All right, check back in a few minutes. Let me make sure she's got water. They're doing good on water, and they are doing good on food. So the current list of creatures that you can breed are the moa, the buffalo, chickens, sheep, pigs, and cows. Now let's see what I'm just going to kind of read off the news article here. So we got a few new creatures, each offering unique experiences. So the pig is brand new. So yeah, we get truffles with the pig, by the way. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and purchase a pig. Let's purchase a pair of pigs. They're kind of expensive. Well, you're either going to or you're going to not, right? So let's just get into it. Grab a pig. Couple pigs. And grab those guys. Bring those down. Okay, over to the pod. I started putting fences around. I should have actually more ready to go. Put up pretty soon here. I'm going to try to fence the whole thing in. It hasn't been overly effective so far. We're going to give it a try. Okay, go ahead and stick these pigs in here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and drop our pigs in here into our little makeshift barn area here. But I think you're going to want to let them wander once they're grown up. Of course, they're just piglets right now, so they've got some growing to do. So one of the things I've found is important is to manage your allow lists. And this is going to keep your animals from going through extreme lengths to get to a food trough that they can't feed out of. So when I first put this barn out here and I put these a food trough and a dish down to feed everything, I didn't change the creatures that were allowed to use them. So if you hit X in my case, unless you've rebound that, you'll notice I've got a list of animals that can feed out of here. And these are the 2 that I've got allowed, and then I check this, and only those 2 are now allowed to eat out of here. I will have to change this for the pigs. They don't show up until they're actually grown up. Yeah, she's at 91%, so we are getting there. So he's ready to breed again. So it does happen fairly quickly. I don't know if he's supposed to have a gestation speed bonus, but he does. I'm guessing that's not going to be all that useful to him. All right, we're going to go check on... Uh-oh. Oh, good. Well, she didn't get out, did she? All right, where are we at? 98%. Manually feeding and watering her. She's at 99%. Wish she'd come back this way. I don't know. Will she still follow while she's... Yeah, okay. Oh, there it is. Popped right out. Did you see that? That was pretty cool, right? We'll take her off follow. Hey, little guy. Why don't you come into the barn? All right, so I guess that's animal husbandry at work. We've got a lamb, and I think these guys, once they grow up, are going to produce truffles. I think we just got to stick them, maybe just put them on wander, and I'm not sure how it works. Truffles pop out of them. That's kind of what it sounds like. So we'll see how that goes. So another thing that's noteworthy here is that they have added a genetics talent tree. And without going into detail, it's basically going to give you updates to things like your phenotype, which is the coloring, coat coloring and stuff like that. And what do we got here? So birthing twins and bloodline mutations and stuff like that. So there's a whole genetics line here that we can start filling out. And they did give you 10 respec points so that you can go through and pull those skills, pull those talent points from somewhere else. I don't think we're going to get points from levels when it comes to Dangerous Horizons. I think we're just going to get probably start getting skill points from missions there. And it sounds like the mission system is going to be really cool. There's going to be a lot of cool additions, NPCs and that kind of stuff. That's going to be a lot of fun to play with. So can't wait for that to happen. So right now on my server, which is available to both levels of my channel members, you can gain access to my private G-Portal server, which right now is running a copy of my base. And it was a base as of 2 days ago. I'm going to update that right now after I finish recording here. So feel free to go on. If you're a member of this, if you're a channel member, you can go to the Discord. And once you connected your YouTube account to your Discord, you'll gain access to the members only section of my Discord. And from there, you can get the login information to log into my private server. And I am allowing a +1, so if you've got a friend that you play with, or your wife, or husband, or whatever, and you want them to join you, feel free to bring them in. Let them take a tour of the base. Go ahead and open my drawers and my crates and my cabinets and look around. It's a copy, an instance of my save, so I'm not too worried about you ruining anything. And feel free to take a look around. Once Dangerous Horizons releases, I'm going to be running a Dangerous Horizons, the new map, the Elysium map, which if you're a member, you'll be able to join the Elysium map and take a look at it before you buy it. So you'll be able to actually jump into the map and look at it, because only the host needs to have the DLC. So you'll be able to jump in and take a look. So for now, feel free to play along in my my Olympus open world and check it out. And of course, if you want to rent your own G-Portal server, I have a link down in the description for that. It'll give you 10% off your G-Portal server rental. And at the same time, it'll give me a small commission, which helps the channel immensely. So if you're planning on getting a server in the future, I really appreciate it if you would come to go to the description, or any of my videos should have that in the description. or you can even find it in my YouTube channel page in the description there. So anyway, I'd like to thank all of my channel members, and here they are, right there. Thanks for your support. I really appreciate it. You really do help keep things going here. And I guess that's all we have for today. Just wanted to give you a quick sneak peek. I'm sure I'm missing things. There's a lot more to look at here. There's things I'm not even doing correctly, probably. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Benny out.